I'm sure many of you remember zip disks. This was a removable floppy disk storage system that was introduced by Iomega in late 1994. Now, originally, the zip disk came in 100 megabyte and then 250 megabyte and then 750 megabyte. Now, this may not seem like a big deal today, but if you think about it, the popular storage media at that time was the 3.5-inch floppy disk. And that only held 1.44 megabytes. So if you compare that to even 100 megabytes on a zip disk, that was quite an achievement back in the mid-90s. Now, the zip disk lost popularity in the early 2000s as the CD-RW and USB flash drives really began to take off and gain popularity. Now, the housing of the zip disk is much thicker than a regular floppy disk. Now, the original zip drive had a maximum data transfer rate of about 1.4 megabytes per second and a seek time of 28 milliseconds on average. And disk drives from the mid to late 90s revolve at 5,400 RPM and have a transfer rate of 3 megabytes per second to about 10 megabytes per second. Now, higher capacity drives can read lower capacity media. And it should be noted as well that the 750 megabyte drive, it only had read-only support for a 100 megabyte disk. Now, back at the time, the drives sold for about $200 US, and again, this was around 1994, and they often came with one cartridge included with the drive. Now, sales declined steadily from about 1999 to 2003. And what's really interesting is that in 2006, the PC World magazine rated the zip disk as the 15th worst technology product of all time. But weirdly, the same magazine also in 2007 named the zip disk as the 23rd best tech product of all time. Go figure. I can tell you that my experience with zip disk happened around the early 2000s. I was a university student and my school was giving away a bunch of old computers. And I remember they had sort of this form that you could sign up if you wanted a computer, and it was basically first come, first serve. So if your name was on the list and they still had some computers to give away, you got one, totally free. And I remember the computer that I received had a zip disk drive. So for a very brief moment in time, I used zip disks. They were very interesting to me. But I remember, because they were starting to die out around that time, sort of in the mid-2000s, there was a local computer shop in my town that had them, but they were very, very expensive. I think they were charging maybe $30 for one zip disk. I guess the old story goes, if you're selling a lot of something, the price will come down. If you're only selling a few, the price is going to go way up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you can join us again next time. Please, as always, leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and as always, please subscribe to my channel. It always really helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.